The man accused of kidnapping a woman and holding her in a makeshift cell in Southern Oregon will appear in federal court today. We have a live report previewing that appearance coming up in our top local story. Plus,
if I want to contact my friends, I have to email them like I'm a pilgrim.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Students in Seaside getting used to their new phone pouches, and reactions are, well, mixed. Coming up at 5:30, we're going to hear more from the students on why they are for and against the new rules.
And take a look at this, an explosion at an airfield in Japan. That's actually a bomb from World War II going off in modern times. More on that explosion coming up in our national headlines as the 6 o'clock hour of Sunrise starts right now. Thursday morning here on the Sunrise Show, and we are kicking off the 6 o'clock hour with lots to get to, including what will be a repeat of another gorgeous day. Man, yesterday was great, and today looking pretty equal.
I'm going to walk my way over here, hopefully avoid some landmines as I do, and check out the Pioneer Park building right over downtown Portland. The bricks are dry. They will be, right, today. Maybe not tomorrow, though. We do have rain in the forecast tomorrow. This morning, it's chilly. It's 49 last check at PDX. Elsewhere, we are in the 30s, 37 in Battleground. Camas has now slipped down to 39. It's 40 in Sherwood, so there are some cool pockets out there for sure to start our morning. Kaiser right now starting at 41 degrees. All right, today's forecast looks great. Plenty of sunshine. I do want to point out, though, with the gusty east wind, we do have an elevated fire danger across the Cascade foothills and across the western Columbia River Gorge. I'll detail that coming up in just a second. Otherwise, there's plenty of sunshine today and a high in the mid-70s. A lovely Thursday on tap for us.
Looks good, Chris. Looks good as well this morning on the roads for this morning commute. Not tracking any crashes at this time. Just a stalled vehicle here on the northbound on-ramp from 405 as you head on to I-5. So please be aware of that, but not seeing that impact traffic at this time. We're going to stay in the city, take you down to Sunset Highway here in the Vista Ridge Tunnel. This is westbound cars moving right along. Similar story down there on I-5 in Wilsonville. A little bit busier, but no slowdowns to report. Now, just a reminder for those of you who take the Stark Street Bridge. This bridge is still closed. Multnomah County saying it's going to be closed for the next few months. That's because of a partial collapse of a support wall. The solution is to take the Sandy River Bridge. Now we are expecting an update on these emergency repairs tomorrow. We'll bring you that here on Sunrise. Drew, China.
Thank you, Ashley. Our top story here at 6, a Klamath Falls man accused of kidnapping a woman in Seattle and then locking her in a makeshift cell will appear in court today.
His trial in federal court is set to begin next week, and our Thomas Schultz joins us now from the newsroom with more on this. Good morning, Thomas.
Hey, good morning, guys. And Nagasi Zuberi has been in jail for more than a year. Today, he will appear in U.S. District Court in Medford. And we've got some new information about that upcoming trial next week. Around 500 exhibits of evidence will be presented. Zuberi has been charged with numerous offenses like rape, assault, and kidnapping. And this comes after he locked a woman in a makeshift cinderblock cell in his Klamath Falls home last year. Police say Zuberi lived in at least 10 states over the past few years, and he's linked to at least 4 sexual assaults, all in different states. Once Zuberi was arrested, he tried to escape by breaking the glass window in his Medford jail cell. Deputies responded and placed him in a cell without exterior windows. Then in August, Zuberi appeared in court and made a statement denouncing the government and police. He also asserts charges against him are, quote, unprovable. It was also revealed that Zuberi kept several journals in which he allegedly detailed plans to kidnap and imprison women to create a, quote, underground army of children. Now, along with the federal trial, Zuberi is also facing rape and kidnapping charges from the state of Oregon in a separate case. We still don't know when that trial is set to begin. China.
Thomas, thank you. And the Troutdale man found guilty of murdering a 19-year-old college student back in 1980 is scheduled to be sentenced later today. Back in March, a Multnomah County judge found 60-year-old Robert Plimpton guilty of first-degree murder in the death of 19-year-old Barbara Tucker. Tucker was sexually assaulted and beaten to death in January of 1980 near a parking lot at Mount Hood Community College in Gresham. The case went unsolved for 4 decades and was the oldest unsolved homicide in the Gresham Police Department. But new technology also allowed police to test DNA evidence, which led to a break in the case. Plimpton will appear in front of a judge for sentencing at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Now to an update on a story that we've been covering for months now. The Gresham firefighter who suffered severe burns on the job back in May will share his experiences later today. Spencer Tejedas suffered burns to more than 45% of his body when he ran into a burning duplex in search of what he thought was a teenager inside. He recovered in the Oregon Burn Center for months before moving to a rehab facility last month. An investigation determined that the house fire was accidental and was sparked by an unattended candle.
We're also learning more about a police shooting in Milwaukee this week that left a man in critical condition. According to investigators, the man was unarmed when two officers shot him during a traffic stop. It happened outside the Taco Bell on Southeast Oak Street early Monday morning. Investigators say police pulled the man over, found he had a suspended license, and ordered him to get out of the car. They say when he refused, officers tried pulling him out. It's still not clear if the driver did anything else at that point that caused the officers to shoot him. The latest update says he's still in critical condition in the hospital.
A jury has found a Portland man guilty of torching his own apartment building. This was in May of 2023, just hours before sheriff's deputies were planning to physically evict him from the May apartments in Southwest Portland. Garrett Rep right there was found guilty yesterday of more than 50 charges, and if found to be a dangerous offender, could serve up to 30 years in prison. All tenants were forced to move, and the building was demolished.
A Tigard High School sophomore died in an e-bike crash. According to Tualatin police, the teenager hit some debris in the bike lane while heading south on 124th Avenue, then lost control, hit a curb, and then a tree. Police say the teen was wearing a helmet at the time.
The federal transportation investigators have released their preliminary report into a small plane that crashed in Fairview in August, killing 2 on board and 1 person on the ground. The NTSB report confirms that those in the cockpit radioed to air traffic control that the plane was having handling issues just moments after takeoff. Minutes later, while attempting to land, the aircraft hit high tension wires and crashed into a row of townhomes. Investigators also released a diagram of the debris field showing where the plane impacted the neighborhood. The pilots were performing a maintenance test flight at the time, and it could be more than a year before we have a final report. Tribes in southern Oregon celebrated the largest dam removal project in U.S. history yesterday. That means hundreds of miles of the Klamath into California are now flowing freely. Tribes and communities fought for the change for decades and were able to show the 4 dams built as early as 1918 caused significant environmental damage, in part because they cut salmon off from their historic habitats.
More big news for Portland sports fans. Portland will be one of the hosts for the regional round of the women's NCAA basketball tournament coming up in 2028. This is actually the 4th time that the city has earned a regional bid. 2 years later, even bigger, even better. In 2030, Portland is going to host the women's Final Four, so stay tuned for that.
All right, before we get to Chris, you got to check this out. A team from the New England Aquarium worked with local partners in Puerto Rico to tag 18 leatherback sea turtles. Researchers are tracking the turtles' migration paths in real time. Some of that can be seen on the aquarium's website. And fun fact here, leatherback turtles are considered powerful swimmers and can travel almost 40 miles a day.
40 miles a day?
Just to swim in.
I'm considered a weak swimmer. You a good swimmer?
No.
No, you're not.
No.
I can do a lap. Pretty fast to get out of that polar plunge. I mean, I don't know.
It's usually that plunge water usually goes up to your waist, and I'm running out of that water, not
quick.
swimming.
Yeah. And he's massive too. My goodness, they are big. All right, let me show you something really cool from yesterday because it's still too dark to show you a sunrise. That's one of the bummers about this time of the year, right? The sunrise is getting later and later and later, but they are colorful, and this is the one that Dick Anderson caught in Lake Oswego yesterday morning. I expect the sky to look somewhat similar again later this morning. Sun up, of course, at about 7:12. All right, it's dark, it's early, it's chilly. It's 49 last check at PDX, and it's cool as, well, 37 now in Battleground, 39 in Camas, and 42 in Hillsborough. So if you are not waking up to any kind of a breeze, you're likely waking up to very chilly temperatures this morning. Across the state, Burns the cold spot at 24 on this map anyway. Pendleton waking up to 38, Newport at 46. The plan for today, lots of sun. Just a really, really good looking day today. And the temperatures respond accordingly. We'll be warmer today than yesterday. Portland gets up to about 75, 76, Longview 70, 75, Corvallis out across the Columbia Basin. Temperatures in the upper 60s to low 70s. So pretty uniform across the region in terms of temperatures. With that storm system offshore, though, we mentioned this earlier, that east breeze is prompting increased fire danger across the western parts of the Cascade foothills and inching towards like portions of Clark County. We've got low relative humidity and a gusty east wind, so that means the fine fuels, the grasses and whatnot are really dry. With the wind gusts 25 to 30 miles an hour. Anything that could throw a spark could easily ignite something quickly today. So just be mindful of that. That goes through about 8 o'clock. Good looking day today. Rain likely tomorrow, and I'll walk you through the window here. It's a narrow window, about a 2-3 hour window where I think we get wet, and I'll show you that with Futurecast in just a few minutes. And then we're back to a fantastic weekend forecast. Fog to sunshine Saturday, sunny and 76 on Sunday.